Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I am Blessing Iroha and I talk about Canva. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for staying through to my channel. All right, so in this tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how I was able to create this poster right inside Canva, step by step. All right, so we'll be designing this together. Let's hop right in. So to get started, we need to get a blank page. So let's go to create a design. Okay, let's use the see more. All right, so here we have the various options we can choose from. What we want to create is a flyer. So let's scroll through to find the size for flyer. So here is the size. Flyer A4 21 by 29.9 cm. So that's what we'll be using for this design project. I'll just go ahead and select it. All right, let me close this. I need to zoom in. So the first element we need for this design is this shape, a square shape. So I just stretch it out. And I can duplicate this and come down here. But I need a different color for it. So we'll be using a gradient. We're using this gradient. That's the sixth gradient here. That's what I'll be using. So let's get our text. Enter the first text, elevate. Change it to all caps. We'll change the font to horizon. And then let's take it up. I need to change the font size to 72.9. I'll duplicate to enter my second text, which is brand. And then I need to change the font size to 80.7. And then let's increase the letter spacing a little bit. I think here is fine. And let's ensure that it is well centered. Go to position. Yeah, it is properly centered. Let's check for this well centered as well. All right, so the next thing we need to do is, okay, before we enter the last text for here, I need to change the color. So we'll be using a white for here. And then there's a color I saw. I think it's this one. Yes, that's it. So let me enter the next text, which is your. I'll go to font to change it to Benedict as the font. And the font size is 77.2. Place it somewhere here. So I need to add a shadow effect to this text. I'll leave all the setting at the default and then change the color to the color we use here. So then here now I can rotate just a little and move it up. I think it's okay here. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to get this shape, the same square shape we used earlier on. Let me change the color to this and then stretch it. Stretch it out and then rotate. So now to enter my text, I need to go back to text heading, then web design. Plus graphics. just marketing. So this should be in capital letter. So I change it to uppercase. I want a different font for this. I'll be using Montserrat. Yeah. And of course, I need to reduce the font size to 35. I need to stretch this out. Rotate it. So this is much better. So what I can now do, I need to change, let me change the text color. I don't want it to be so dark. But let's use this one here, this color here. So this is not black. Let me give you the fonts, the text color code. That's 121517. So what we can do is, let's group this so we can duplicate it. And then because I want this to be slanted a little bit. Okay, this is what I want to achieve. So one last thing we need to do here is to get a shadow, drop shadow. We'll be using this one here. Rotate it and stretch it out. Then bring it down. And send backward. I think this is okay. Let's zoom out. So, all right, let's get the next element. So the element we need here is an image. So I'm using this image. Remove the background and then resize it. Resize. Place it somewhere here. And send it backward. So I need to do a little adjustment to the saturation of this image. So I'll go to adjust and then reduce the saturation. I think this is okay, -41. Let's go back to test. I really copied my test, so uppercase, change the alignment to left alignment, and then reduce the sizing. This should be Montserrat as well. And let's change this to, I want it 12.7, let's see. And then I need to change the color to white. Duplicate this to this side. And then change the text to something different but related to your brand. Alright, I think our design is gradually taking shape. So I need to adjust this a little. Good. So now we can enter our services. So let me just duplicate this one. Change the color to this color. So we can see our specialized services tailored Lot units. And then we'll need to change the alignment to center. All right, so this is what we have here. I think I need to increase the font size. And then ensure it is centered. Okay, so now we can enter the various services we offer. So let's go to elements so we can create the button. I need to close this so that I can have enough working space. And I need to zoom in as well. Let's change this color to white. And corner rounding, let's make it 30. So I need to duplicate this, but this one should be smaller. Duplicate this one. Let's close this. Let's take this closer. I think this is cool. But I need to resize this a little because the spacing here it's not actually correct. So this should be fine so that we can have our buttons properly aligned. So now I can duplicate this size and bring it over here. So let's be sure that they are well aligned to the middle. So go back to position with the button selected and then click on middle. So, and then tidy up so that we can have equal spacing between the buttons. So this is fine. Let's go ahead and enter the various services we offer. So the first on the list is web design. We need to change this to capital letter and then make it bold. So these are our services. Let me bring this down a little. That works. Now we need to get a line. Just tap L on my keyboard. That's the shortcut. So I stretch this out and then go to position to center it. I'll be using this for the logo because we need a logo for our brand. So bring this down and resize. Resize it to a suitable size. Then I need to get my text and type in logo. Change this to Montserrat. And make it a capital letter. Resize it. I don't want it bold, so I'll just bring it somewhere here. So if this were a real project, it should have the real company logo here. So I'm just creating a fictitious logo for our project. So the next thing we need here is another line. We can duplicate this one, resize it, and change the angle to 90 and bring it down here. We need to get another test. Our design is almost ready. So let's get another test. I already copied my test, so I'll just paste it and make this uppercase and then change the alignment to left. Bring this down. I've changed the font to Montserrat. So if you notice, the two fonts we've used actually three different fonts. We've used Horizon for this, then this one is Benedict, and then we have Montserrat. So three different fonts for this project. All right, so let's reduce this a little more. We can leave it in this straight line. Duplicate. Enter our contact detail 1012345678 9. Change the alignment to center and the font to horizon. Increase the font size to 80. No, that's too much. Need to reduce this. This should work. I think I need to take back the alignment to left. This is much better. So we can align with the text above it. Select the two and group. And then group these three elements here. Go to position. Ensure that they are medial aligned. We can group them just so we can center this. So this is what we have. This is what we have for this design. I think this is okay. One last thing we need to do here is to go back to elements and get this grunge effect. That's grunge overlay texture. So place it just above your design. There's this kind of look it gives to a design. So this is what we have. You can also modify what I already designed. You can modify this design if you so wish. There's a lot you can still do to this, but this is okay for now. I hope you learned something new, and I can't wait to see what you create from this tutorial. Thank you so much, and see you in my next tutorial. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Thank you once again, and